So the invention I picked is automobiles, like cars, and a little bit of the internal combustion engine is involved in there as well. So some background history. In 1886, it's considered to be the birth year of the car. Carl Benz, which is later the pretty much the creator of Mercedes-Benz company, he patented the Benz patent motor wagon, which is considered to be the first car. And one of the first cars produced for the masses was the Ford Model T in 1908. America instantly adopted the car to replace the carriage and carts pulled by animals, and then Europe and other parts of the world didn't really start accepting cars or widely adapting them until after World War II. Some more history. The Industrial Revolution led to the mass production of cars. Throughout the years, there's always been versions of self-propelled vehicles that utilize steam and other methods, but none like the internal combustion engine of the 19th century. The car, along with its internal combustion engine, haven't really changed over the past 100 years. Technology is just adapted to the vehicles to make them safer, more efficient, and technologically advanced. Prior to gasoline vehicles, diesel-fueled engines were utilized for generators and heavy equipment. Gasoline was a byproduct of the refining of diesel fuel. The push for gasoline-powered engines helped pave the way for the automobile to take shape in the modern century. Some early models of the car were very basic. The subject of safety had not come into play just yet, and bodies were made of wood and metal. Along with the wheels, they are made from wood and solid rubber. Early models of the automobile used lanterns for headlights as well. The mass production of the car also sparked the creation of another invention, the production line. Ford is marked as the inventor of the production line, which was able to produce cars at a rate that the world had not seen before to keep up with the rising demand in the United States. The early to mid 19th century brought on the car wars between GM, Ford, and Chrysler. As technology advanced, the cars did as well. More powerful engines were developed, and better technologies were implemented to include seatbelts, radial tires, electrical headlights, stereos, and the ability to travel further distances. The 1950s to 1960s sparked the muscle car era. Cars produced during this time period had style and power in mind to keep up with the younger generation after World War II. The 1970s brought on the gas crisis, and fuel efficiency became the number one topic. This crisis made American cars obsolete in the consumer's eyes, and they wanted something better. Japanese manufacturers began to get a foothold in the American market by selling a fuel-efficient compact car for the first time. Some more history on that. Ever since Japan entered the American market, they got a foothold in the market to this day and have not slowed down. The 1970s brought on a new era of car that carried on the compact mindset throughout the next 30 years. American manufacturers shifted to this mindset to keep up with demand. The late 19th century also brought the addition of new technologies such as fuel-injected engines, airbags, reinforced steel, electronic computers, and stricter emission standards to help cut down on pollution. The pollution subject has carried on to this day. This brought on the use of alternative fuels in electric cars. The push for fuel efficiency has ventured into the use of alternative fuels other than petroleum products. Modern vehicle manufacturers have now been developing fully electric cars that have ranges that match gas-powered vehicles. Early alternate fuel vehicles have used natural gas, and the adaptation of gasoline-powered electric vehicles has become more popular as well. These became known as hybrids. Modern times have made a push to even drift away from the hybrid vehicles in favor of fully electric cars. Modern technology has now evolved to the point where electric vehicles can keep up with gas-powered vehicles in every way, minus the fact that they need charging stations everywhere they go. The invention of the car sparked a new era for travel in the world. That and the internal combustion engine have remained mostly unchanged in its design since the beginning. The only thing that has changed is that technology has gotten to the point where max efficiency is achieved, and the materials have drifted from wood and steel to the use of aircraft-grade aluminum, high-strength steel, and composites. Cars are still fully used today, over 100 years later, just with updated technologies and processes. A modern car is very different from the original Model T from 1908. However, the concepts and inner workings of the car remain the same. And those are my sources.